So I don't really know exactly what look I'm doing. Maybe I did a little introduction that I told you guys about. I'm not sure yet how this video has been edited together, but it's going to be a bit more of a glam look using a little bit of glitter type of eyeshadow. So we'll see how it turns out. It's probably still going to be pretty natural, that's my style, and pretty minimal to be honest, because I'm just starting with a concealer, no primer, no foundation. I don't really need it. I don't have any crazy breakouts. Fake tanned my face this morning, and yeah, other than that, you know, I don't really need too much of a base. I'm just going to obviously conceal, because my skin's not perfect, I'm just going to conceal any areas that need it, and mainly focusing on the under eye area. That's where I need to brighten it up. And you're getting a fabulous look at my 5 head right now, but actually this little hairband is the easiest way to keep my hair out of my face without messing up my hair. Even though I'm straightening it, I'm going to do like really sleek straight hair today. That's the kind of vibe I'm feeling. I still, you know, don't want to mess it up too much, and this is really simple to keep it out of my face. So I'm using the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, which is my go-to. I use it pretty much for everything when I need to conceal and highlight. I'm just going to apply a little bit more on the inner corner where it's a little bit darker under my eyes. And I'm just using a number 7, I think it's just called like a blending sponge, because it's not the official beauty blender. Obviously it's from number 7, but it's literally the same thing. Like all the blending sponges are more or less the exact same. So I'm just going to bring it down a tiny bit here on the top of my cheekbones, just so it's not like this crazy white and red contrast. So I'm just going to, yeah, blend it out as best I can. And then I'm going to go around the nose and the mouth where I do have discoloration. I don't know if this video will include any clips, potentially. I'll see what I can do. But I'm meeting my friend today for dinner at Ivy Asia. I've never been. I've been to a few of the Ivy restaurants and I'm pretty sure it's the same chain. I think it's just like an Asian fusion version of the typical Ivy restaurant, if I'm not mistaken. And it looks amazing. It's so aesthetically pleasing, Instagrammable, like all the influencers have been like 50 times and I haven't, so I'm excited to go, get a lot of great content, hopefully good food, good drinks, obviously good company with my friend. And I'm going to apply a little bit more concealer, so I'm looking forward to that, and that's why I'm going a little bit more glam than perhaps I would normally, just because it's kind of more of like a special occasion. We have a few things to celebrate, and yeah, it's just going to be a lot of fun. That is fabulous. A massive red patch has come up in the middle of my forehead. That is just what we wanted. So the skincare I'm wearing clearly is very anti-makeup. It does not want me putting any makeup on. I'm going to leave it as it is for now, so please ignore any redness on my forehead. I just wiped off all that concealer, so I'll deal with that later. We'll see how it looks by the end of the video. I might just use some white powder products because for some reason the cream product is not sticking. So, oh, what's that? A little bit of unblended concealer. But okay, so now I'm going to set the makeup, but I have one more cream base product I want to use, and that is the Maybelline Eye Studio Color Tattoo 24-Hour Creamy Matte. It's literally, I used it in my previous everyday makeup tutorial video, and I'm just going to use like a flat brush, and this is what I learned from the online makeup course I took. But actually it really helped the eyeshadow pop and all the colors pop, and I'm usually really lazy with these things. I skip like 50 steps when it comes to my makeup. I'm very simple usually. If you watch my other videos, you'll see I wear very minimal makeup. So I'm not one of those, no shade, but I'm not one of those influencers who wears 50 layers of makeup, you know, has a 100-step routine, all this blending and colors. And I like just one blush, one bronzer, mascara, lips, done. Like I don't usually like spending a lot of time going crazy with my makeup, but today I'm going that one extra step because we're going for more of like a bougie, aesthetic bougie look. I'm gonna go all content creator and influencer, just like, yeah, go all out with my look. Still like not forcing myself to look a different way, but just trying something a little bit different, putting in that extra effort. And yeah, like I said, I want to celebrate, and we're going to a really like fancy place. I just want to have like a really fun, luxurious experience, if that makes sense. So sometimes part of that fun is literally just getting ready. Also, I look slightly different colors. We're gonna have to do something about that. maybe just bronze up, because I fake tan my body, but this for some reason, I'm using the Saint-Tropez Everyday Face Tan, which I'm prepping for a holiday look that I'm filming a video for. I'm just going to set my face now. I'll tell you guys the product in a second. But yeah, for some reason the colour, either it's not very intense or it just takes hours and hours to develop. Because I did this morning and it's already the afternoon and it has not developed. So that is a slight concern. So sorry if there was a break in editing just now. So sorry about a break in editing. I had to go charge my camera. The battery ran out for some reason. Not sure what was happening there, but I need a new camera eventually, something I need to invest in. So the powder I'm using, let me get back. I don't even know what story I was telling you guys, something about my luxury experience at the Ivy Asia or something silly. I'm using Beauty Bakery Flour Setting Powder. I featured it in a haul from Look Fantastic, I think a couple months ago. And I'm just patting it on. I'm not like rubbing at my face. I'm being very gentle, just pressing it onto the skin. Like one motion, if that makes sense. This one's really good. I bought it because it's translucent, because I've used a lot of rubbish powders that add a colour, just make me look like Casper the Ghost. Yeah, they're just so messy. And this one's really good. It feels like it's quite thick, but also really, really soft. Yeah, and I've not noticed any flashback, discoloration. It really does look translucent to me. So I'm just going to leave it at the T-zone, I think, or just maybe pat off any excess here. Just because I've used quite a thick, like I said, my skincare is not ideal for this makeup, but I use kind of like a thick oil serum. So I'm just worried that my hair will stick to my face if I don't put a little bit of powder on. Okay, so now I'm going to probably just start on the eyes. Oh, also, I forgot to pat powder over my eyelids. But now I'm going to go in, I think first I want to do a little bit of a black liner. Just a tiny bit, because I'm not good at this. I don't have time to take off my makeup and redo it. So I'm just going to do a really light, delicate liner using this tapered brush. I used it a couple of days ago. They have a glitter, this is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, but they have a glittery black, if you can see. It's literally like glitter, but that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just tapping the brush in, tapping off all of that excess. And then I'm just going to do a very delicate, simple line here and wing it out just a tiny bit, because again, if I mess this up, I don't have time to redo my makeup. So we're just doing a very light one like that. Okay, that looks good. It's kind of downturned a little bit, but whatever. We're just going to work with what we've done. And it's elongated my eye a little bit, so that's good. This eye is always harder for me to do. I don't know if it's because my right hand on my right hand side is easier and then going to the left. I don't know, maybe it's a psychological thing. I'm going to flip the brush the other way because this seems to be easier for me. Of course I messed it up. Of course I messed it up. Great. I'm just going to have to take the beauty blender and I'm just trying to slowly, delicately brush this off. I'm just going to leave it. We'll deal with it later. That's the motto for this tutorial. Anything that gets messed up, we'll just fix it later. Just keep going. Okay, so the line is absolutely nowhere near perfect, but it's good enough. From afar, for you guys, it probably looks okay. I'm going to put eyeshadow over and hope that it kind of conceals the little smudging I got on this eye. So I'm going to try and take, I think, a flat brush. Do you know what? I'm going to reuse the one that I used for that eyeshadow base color, because it's going to have that kind of cream product to pick up the glitter better. So it's using that same Shade and Light palette, and it's using, I'm gonna go straight in with this like shimmery, glittery, peachy gold shade. And I think normally I would wet the brush, but you know what, we're just going to apply it dry. Oh yeah, that's really pigmented. I forgot how much I love this palette. I haven't used it in a long time. Definitely not for like anything beyond like a simple highlighting color. That looks amazing. I need to get pictures and videos of this shimmer. I don't know if it's coming up for you guys. It probably is, but wow. Very, very pigmented, and it hasn't really smudged out the black liner, so that's good. Yeah, I love that. That's pretty much the effect I was going for. Not like crazy glitter particles, but it's definitely added the right amount of shimmer. And that base, I think, is helping bring it out even more. I'll just start with some random conversation in the meantime, try and keep this video interesting for you guys. And one of the shows I've been watching recently is the Vampire Diaries. I've watched it once or twice before, but not for years. Like I think I originally watched it in like 2007 when it first came out, and I never read the books, but I saw it online when I was like a little teenager, little silly tween, and it sounded interesting. It's that I knew the CW, and like I knew it was like a teen drama show, so I was like, that's right up my alley. And then so I just watched the whole thing then as it was released, like officially from the start. Then I think I rewatched it again later, and then it's on Netflix now. Let's hope they never remove it. So I've been watching it there just because I had no other shows currently on, and I wanted something, taking this yellow here, I wanted something just to binge watch whilst I multitask, because I don't like, you know, eating in silence. If I'm with friends or something, obviously, but like usually I prefer to have like something on the TV, or yeah, just be watching something when I'm on my phone, when I'm posting on Instagram. Like I need music or sound. I don't like sitting in silence for anything. I'm a massive multitasker. So that was the best option for me. And I was like, you know what? I haven't watched a show in a long time. I'm kind of feeling it. Like I could watch this. It felt right. So I've been watching that, and I'm on season 5 already. If you like the CW shows, which is an American network, if you like Gossip Girl, One Tree Hill, like all those classic teen dramas, you know, the whole romance drama, romantic drama, love triangles, just crazy things happening that are not real life, but it's based in real life, then absolutely try the show if you haven't yet. Everyone is extremely attractive, does not look at all like a random teenager from a random little town, but you know what? It's amazing. And even just for the eye candy, like all the guys or all the girls, whoever you like, everyone is extremely attractive. So highly recommend it, but the show itself and the content I think is done really well. Really good soundtrack, really good character development, a lot of surprises and stuff. So I think it's high quality considering it's one of those, I don't even want to say trashy, it's not trashy, but like one of those, you know, teen dramas. It's actually done really well. So that's why I compared it to Gossip Girl, because that's just like an OG classic. Okay, so I'm almost done with the eyes. I'm going to do the lower lash line color because I don't think I want to do mascara. I'm going to take this brush. It's a bit fluffy, a little bit tapered. It's from Real Techniques. And I think I'm going to go straight in with this. It's like a glittery bronze, if you can see. Just tapped it in a couple of times. I'm going to use the mirror from here. And it's already, because it's so fluffy, it kind of blends it out as you apply it. And I don't want a harsh, smoky line. I want it kind of blended out. So, perfect. It's already blended out for me. And then same on the other eye. I'm going to take a little bit of concealer and bring the eyeshadow up, because the product I've applied has kind of... Actually, no, do you know what? I'm going to take a clean brush and I'm going to go in with this again. Going into Picasso mode here, just trying to sharpen up the edges, paint on a little bit. I think this will work better. It's much more precise, I think. And just kind of create, give the illusion of a cat eye effect, because I brought the eyeshadow too far down. Okay, that looks good, and just a little bit on the other eye. Okay, do you know what? I'm happy with that makeup look. That is kind of the eyeshadow look I was going for, so we're going to leave that as it is. And now, final step for the eyes, which usually is the longest step, mascara. So I am taking the Sweet Cloud Mascara, which was gifted to me by the brand, but these are honestly some of the best mascaras I've tried. The brand is vegan, cruelty-free. It just makes your lashes so long and black, and it's not sticky. Sometimes at the end, you know, once you've been using it for months and months, of course I've smudged it on my eyelid. Of course I did. But once you've been using it for months and months, and it starts to dry out, then obviously, yes, it gets a tiny bit sticky and clumpy. Generally speaking, it works really well. Like, it makes them sometimes too long, to the point where it just does not look natural at all. So yeah, I had to remove a little bit there, but really good mascaras. They support a turtle charity, and yeah, just a really good brand to support overall. And I never do false lashes just because, like I said, if I mess it up, I really don't have time or energy to be fixing all my makeup. And I've tried it and it's just messy and long. And I actually quite like my lashes. I think I have decent lashes, especially with mascara applied. They look quite long. They don't look bad, like they look good enough for me, where I'm happy to just like not put in the effort for false lashes. It's just that extra step I can't be bothered with. Maybe one day I'll get back into them or start testing them out more. But for now, mascara works for me. Okay, that is a really intense look with the lashes. I don't know if it's showing up properly on camera. They are pretty intense, but it's, like I said, the effect I was going for. So now I'm going to, no, first I'm gonna fill them in and then I'm gonna brush them up. And when I say them, I mean my brows, which I didn't say just now. I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, which is a perfect dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil. I can't remember the full name. Both are really good, so I wouldn't say you have to spend an extra, you know, $10 or however much on Anastasia Beverly Hills. Maybe Anastasia is slightly better in terms of the color, but this one works really well. I really, really like it. You can create a very natural look. I'm kind of going for the, what's her name? Brooke Shields. I'm kind of going for those kind of brows. Kind of Cara Delevingne as well. Like whoever has big, thick brows, that's kind of what I'm going for, because it's a good trick to make your 5 head look smaller if you have one like me, and yeah, just make your face look a little smaller if you have a long or wide or round face. An arch will have, like, there's so many different tricks. I can't even go through all of them right now, but what I like to do is make them longer so my nose looks a little bit thinner. I like my nose, but just, you know, if I can make my brows look a bit better and my nose not need contouring, why would I not do that? Make them thicker to make my forehead look smaller. And yeah, I just love the look of thicker brows. I think it also de-ages you, because having really thin eyebrows is usually something that older women have. The older you get, you know, the less thick or full your brows are. So yeah, it's just like, in my opinion, the best look to have. Now on the other side, I'm just going to take the spoolie and brush up. Not too much, but just a little bit, give them a bit of a lift. And I don't know how that looks. I think it looks okay. Sisters, not twins, right? But more like mine are literally, you know, third cousin 50 times removed. But from what I'm seeing right now in the mirror, it looks good. Maybe you're watching this thinking, what the hell have you done to your face? I'll fix it later, like I said, but I think the brows came out really well. The pencil is amazing, so if you ever want to create a lot of definition in your brows, get the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. Now, finally moving on to the cheeks, we're almost done with the makeup tutorial. I'm going to take the Hoola bronzer, because like I said, my face is slightly different color, very different color to my body, but the Hoola bronzer is not orangey, so it should look a little bit more natural. I'm going to start on an Eco Tools brush. I'm just brushing it off in case there's any residue on my hand. And yeah, it's just an Eco Tools brush. They don't even say what it's for. But I'm just going to take some of this, tap off any excess, and then sweep it up my cheekbones. I think that's more than enough for this cheek. I don't want to go overboard with the colour. Yeah, that's quite strong actually. I might brush it out a little bit more. Even with like a more glam look, I do still want to keep things kind of natural. So, alright, I'm just going to leave that as it is for now. I think that's alright. Going a little bit around the forehead. I powdered here, so it should brush out more evenly. This again is going to help make your forehead look smaller. I'm going to straighten my hair, so I don't really need it because my hair will kind of fall around my face naturally, but I might as well bronze up my face a little bit. I'm going to try and blend it out as best I can. I don't want it looking splotchy, especially because I have no foundation on. Bringing it down a little bit here as well. Okay, I think I've given my face a little bit of redness, but let's give it a minute. And then I'm going to brush it under my nose to give the impression of my nose being lifted, a little bit down the bridge. Do a tiny bit on the chin area as well. And that will help add a little bit of extra colour. Across the jawline, pretty much basically cover your entire face in bronzer is what I'm saying. I think that matches now, to be honest. I'm happy with that colour on my face. I might do some touch-ups. So I'll let you know later in the video if I change anything, but do you know what, looking at it now, it does look decent, it looks okay. I'm gonna do a touch of blush, and when I say a touch, I mean this color is literally like Clown Central if you use too much of this, it's gonna look ridiculous, I think, on any skin tone. So I'm gonna go in with this tapered brush just because it fits nicely on the cheekbone. Literally tap it in once and tap off the excess just in case. And then just at the top of the apples of my cheeks, bringing it back. Literally, I'm gonna leave it at that and blend it out because it's intense. Okay, and just blending it outwards and upwards. Always bring your makeup up your face. I've seen that across TikTok and just general makeup artist advice that the higher, like if you bring it upwards and out, that's always going to make any part of your makeup routine look better. So I'm trying to keep it as high up as possible. Do you know what? That might even be too much blush. Like that blush is going to last me until my retirement because you use so little that it's ridiculous. Like I barely even grazed the surface of it and I've used it 3 or 4 times already. Okay, now moving on to the lips, literally the final part of this look, I think. Oh no, do you know what? I brought a little bit of highlighter. I feel like I actually don't need it, so I'm not going to highlight because I have such light makeup that all the, you know, my skincare is shining through. So I don't even want to add any more glowiness there, let's just call it that. I'm going to use a Milani lip liner, the Color Statement Lip Liner, True Instant Color in number 4. For all natural, so it's very much like a neutral nude. I tend not to use anything other than a nude on my lips, or maybe like a peachy lip gloss. So I've just lined my lips and gone a tiny bit out. Like, yeah, it still looks really natural. I don't like to go crazy with my lips because you can always tell when girls have gone crazy with overlining. So I'm going to take a Revlon lipstick. This is in the shade 25 Skyline Pink. It's very, very natural. It's super natural. Yeah, very much like a natural pink. Shimmery, but I'm liking it a lot. And then I'm going to finish up with the Soap & Glory Pillow Plump XXL lip gloss. And you know what? I'm going to add a little bit more colour to my eyes, just on the lower lash line. Okay, so this one kind of stings a little bit. It doesn't hurt, it's not uncomfortable, but you can feel it tingling. It's like you've rubbed mint leaves or chewing gum on your lips and then thrown orange juice over it. It kind of has that feeling where it's a little weird, a little bit tingly, a little bit like, oh, is everything all right? But it is, because it's literally just a plumping lip gloss. So yeah, if you have a lot of sensitivities or allergies or something, probably don't use it, just in case. But generally, if you like plumping lip glosses, you don't have any issues, I would recommend it. I love it. I've been using the Soap & Glory ones for years, and it's never caused any issues. It just sometimes feels like super tingly, a tiny bit uncomfortable, but it doesn't hurt. So don't worry if you've never tried it. Just a little warning in case you do have any issues. I don't want you buying it and then experiencing some issues with your lips or your skin. For me, it works really well and it actually does plump them a little bit. So that is, oh no, okay, I said I was gonna do a little bit more eyeshadow. After that, that's it for the makeup look. I take obviously that same brush, dip it back into that color, and then just deepen this up a little bit. Okay, I think that is good. I'll probably use a setting spray right before I go out, just to keep everything in place, but this is pretty much the finished makeup look. I think the bronzer didn't go too far. I think it's just enough color and bronzer without going overboard. So I'm quite happy with how this look came out. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial.